Greetings, Guardians, and in today's video we're going to be answering the question that many people have asked me, which is comp better or worse after its rework? And at the same time, answer the question as to why I have not touched comp since after its rework. In a previous video, I said ultimately I thought this was a healthy improvement to the game, but after some time, I've decided I was wrong in saying that for a couple of reasons. In this video, I would like to go over those reasons and hear all your thoughts pertaining to what you might like about the new rework or might dislike, or whether or not you agree with some of the things I bring up. I think the biggest thing that has stopped me from ever stepping foot into comp in the Season 19 is the fact that it is no longer a playlist where you're able to carry people, which although I think is great in some ways, I don't like it in others. I love the fact that the player population is so fierce that you're always bound to load into a comp and have to have a full team of competent players if you hope to climb the ranks. Unfortunately, this is the case and there is absolutely nothing to play for unless you care about the Rose hand cannon, which has random rolls, is not adept and is not craftable but is lightweight, or you care about having a slightly higher Valor rank increase than everyone else, or Ascendant rank, which you have absolutely no way of displaying in game in any way, shape, or form, and is only something you can see if you open up the Crucible node. Now, I'm aware that we will be getting more in the future, but even if it's just cosmetics, I do not see that being enough. I think for comp to be successful in terms of driving players to play, I think they need to make it so you're able to focus high stat roll armor and even potentially receive adept weapons as drops from games as a reward, and so much more, like seasonal leaderboards, all-time leaderboards, no capped rank, and so much more. Ultimately, we're once again being given an experience that I can't help but say is half-baked, and I can't help but feel like we would have been better off waiting another season or two for them to release the rework, because at least then it would have been a fuller package at launch and have more to offer to players that are actually willing to play it. Now, my reason for why I think comp was actually better previously is because it served a purpose, whether it be to new players or old, and I feel like its current lack of purpose has killed its replayability for a lot of players, and probably for a lot of people I would help through the previous comp system as well as myself, especially after I've hit Ascendant 1 and there appears to be no rank decay after doing so. I certainly do not care about Rose, as for me personally, I have a God Roll Isoluna and Ostringer, and as well there's a Time Lost Fatebringer, and it's just, there's not really as much need to go for Rose, and it's the only way that I could see someone going for it is because they want that hand cannon in particular, but not because it's the best hand cannon. Perhaps it's just something to chase after. I think for a lot of players this might be something that keeps them coming back. Obviously most people aren't going to hit Ascendant 1. I figure a big primary focus of a lot of people playing comp is going to be centered around getting a God Roll Rose, which to me in itself is a fool's errand, and the game offers way better hand cannons in other less challenging areas, which if we're being honest, most people will flock to those areas because those hand cannons are better and easier to obtain. To me it really feels like the replayability of last season, which was getting Unbroken, building it, and then perhaps getting 5500 for the powerfuls, or just because, has been replaced for a hand cannon that is worse than other hand cannons, and I'm confident that is not a sustainable option. It's worth keeping in mind that this won't be the only award after this season, but as I've recorded this, we have no idea what else will take its place or stand alongside it, besides potentially some cosmetics and stuff like that. If any of you have listened to my previous comp rework thoughts video, or my video that I posted previously just on comp, you might have noticed that I mentioned the more strict fire team ranked perimeters in that video, or, you know, locked loadouts, stuff like that. You know, not locked loadouts, but locked classes. So like basically you're able to have one class, one subclass, and make it so like it's more of a well thought out like ranked experience and it's more balanced. And it's like Destiny in terms of like being able to play the way that you want, but it's more restricted and more grounded, which at this point I think is more than obvious not where Bungie is trying to take the playlist, and that's absolutely no surprise to me. Although I will say I definitely did hope for it. I almost knew for a fact that it was not something that they would even consider. I just thought it would be better in this video to focus on more realistic things like the loot and player incentive rather than expecting Bungie to create an actual ranked competitive PvP experience in Destiny 2, because obviously I think it's more than apparent that that's not what they want. I figure we'll probably be seeing that from one of the newer IPs that we've heard about, and that's just not in the cards for our beloved. Anyway, I would like to close out the video now. Let me know what your thoughts in the comments below are as to whether or not you agree or disagree with some of my thoughts personally, and what your thoughts are on the new rework. I'll try my best to respond to everyone. Also, before I go, as I'm sure you can tell, I sound a little bit better in terms of me being sick, and I'll be back to streaming more often during the weeks on Twitch. I've just been extremely sick, and I'm starting to get on the back end of it. It kind of started like literally like a day before my birthday, and it's just been beating my ass for basically a week now. So anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.